Are you in the middle of trying to hire for an accountant or bookkeeper and just having the worst time? I totally get it. So I had to do this when I was at a previous job. I was looking for an accountant and it was extremely hard. And I knew exactly what I was looking for. I knew the skills I needed, I knew the questions to ask, and I knew like the quizzes to give, and it was still very difficult. So I cannot imagine how business owners are trying to figure this out when you're probably not an expertise in accounting and you don't know the questions to ask and you don't know the skill level you may or may not need for your business. So the three things that are going on that's making this difficult: supply and demand. There's just not enough accounting and bookkeepers out there with the demand needed. Despite everything you hear with AI, it's just not there, and there's still a need for these positions. Another issue you may be running into is not really knowing the questions you ask. I understand that you may not be an expert in bookkeeping or accounting. You're busy running your business. So it can be a little intimidating hiring for a role when you maybe don't even know the true needs of your business and then what questions to ask to make sure that they are qualified for this job, because it is a very skilled job. And then number three is the cost. So I would say most in-house accountants probably are anywhere from 70K to 120K, depending on the city, depending on what you have them do. You may have a controller, that's usually more in the higher end of things. But I guess my question is, do you have enough work to validate that salary? Meaning, are they going to be busy enough full time? And you may have that in a business, but are they going to be busy enough to validate what that salary will entail? Okay, so you're probably thinking, well, what are my options? Well, there are a lot of great companies out there that you can outsource to. You could even go anywhere from domestic to foreign. I would probably stick with domestic, but there are some great benefits. So, number one would be it's going to be accurate and it's going to be fast, because these businesses, these accounting and bookkeeping firms, that's what they do. Their whole reputation relies on the accuracy and quickness. They're also not going to waste any time. They're going to get in there and get the job done and give you your reports and move on to the next month. Unlike if you had someone full time, you may or may not know if you need someone full time. And if you do end up hiring someone full time, you may not know how much time they could be wasting. Number two is most of these firms can scale with you. Now, obviously, their pricing is going to go up, their time spent for your business is going to go up, but they can grow with you. Especially with technologies today, I would say even in the last 7 years, there's a lot of really cool and unique tools that can help facilitate workflows and processes within your accounting, which makes the scalability much easier. Number three, which is a huge one, is it would be a division of duties. I would say checks and balances. If you hire someone from the outside, you don't need to give them access to your bank to move money. You don't need to give them access at all to move money. Now, they would need access to your bank to be able to view things and see statements and confirm transactions, but they don't need access to move things. And your question may be, well, how do I pay bills? There's great workflows and softwares out there where you can have your remote accountant or bookkeeper set up a bill, get it in place, shoot you an email through that system, or you log into that system. And then when you hit approve, it'll pay for it automatically, meaning you're the one telling it to pay, or whoever is in your company you want to pay. And then the last one, the big benefit is the resources that an outside company will have. So they'll have great resources to softwares, tools, workflows. These companies are workflow masters because they have to be. They have so much data they're dealing with, so many clients they've got going on, constant deadlines. There has to be workflows. So they are masters at workflows. So they will be able to kind of help facilitate with that in terms of your whole setting up your whole accounting department. And then number two, they also have contacts. So, they'll have people, good referrals for taxes, maybe insurance referrals, payroll referrals. And then the last one is they'll usually offer additional services. So a lot of firms are now really being built to scale with you. So as I was saying earlier, they can help scale in terms of bringing on more software and getting additional people, but they can also help with CFO services, additional services you may have, payroll services, whatever that looks like, they can help assist in that. So some questions you may be asking, well, what if I have invoicing and I've got clients that are paying on invoices? How is that going to work? I need someone in-house. There's too much communication going back and forth. There are ways to do it. Now, I will say with a caveat, at some point, every company is going to need someone in-house. But I still think there's always value in having division of labor or, checks and balances, meaning maybe you do have someone in-house and maybe you want to hire a company just to keep eyes on things, just to make sure that everything is on the up and up and nothing weird is happening or no one's in cahoots doing some weird stuff with your accounting department. So with technology today, there are so many better ways that you can communicate bills and AR and AP and who's doing what and setting up workflows and setting up permissions. It's much easier now to have an offsite company handling your accounting than it was in pretty much ever before. And these people are experts. They know what they're doing. So good luck to you. It's a tough job trying to find someone out there. Hopefully you will find the right fit for your company. All right.